So, you might notice that I've done the whole twin save thing again. That would be because, my grand emerald plan that I kept alluding to, it works.
And there is a bit of bad news on the side, unrelated to the live stream, in fact, unrelated to most of anything that we're doing. I will not go into any detail about it. I will say that it is Final Fantasy VII related, but again, it does involve massive spoilers, so I will direct you either to screwattack.com or YouTube for the Gang Tifa Death Battle.
Yeah, he's talking about the death battle. Anyway, so, this is the team that's going to go kill Murder by Death.
For those of you who are not familiar with our stream thus far, Murder by Death
is Emerald Weapon. So, the first thing you might notice is, I'm not at full HP on anybody here.
In fact, you might see a general theme across, everyone.
There's a pretty good reason for this.
And for those familiar with this game, well, what's the title of the friggin' game?
Okay, so, in that regard, the first thing we need to do is actually go find Murder by Death.
Which is relatively easy, all things considered.
He has a couple different places he can hang out, assuming he's not just, you know, wandering.
Still, I do have to admit, exiting the Crash Nika, and you're just sitting there thinking, oh, thank God that shit's over, and then looking up and seeing Emerald literally just sitting there. He's over by the Galnica.
I didn't see him over there.
I did. I saw something.
Well, whatever it was, you didn't see Emerald Weapon, because I see Emerald Weapon over here.
And he's sitting in a crater.
I'm pretty sure this is the Sapphire Weapon crater. So, yeah.
So that's supposed to be the crater where Sapphire took that first shot and basically said, ha, you just mere mortals.
No, this is supposed to be the crater where Sapphire kind of fell and exploded after his head got blown off.
Oh, so that's the official, you know, how it got there thing?
Yeah, anyway, so yeah. The thing about my HP, you might notice all my names are flashing rainbow.
Greetings, mortals! All of you! Welcome to my undersea paradise!
Are you really going with a frigging... Wow. Okay, so the way all Lucky...
I was going to give them all a unique voice.
I know, but I was not expecting freaking Arabian Nights for Emerald Weapon.
Wow, that is a lot of damage you are inflicting upon my face. That is this... Oh, that is actually legitimately causing me pain.
Okay,
ow.
So, all Lucky 7s, when someone goes into it, they do 64 hits of 4 7s of damage. Followed by that...
3 people doing that in one turn.
Well, it's 64 between everybody, because they all went into it at once. But... after the fact, any hits, as long as they keep that HP value, any hits that go off after that will also do that.
Guaranteed 777.
Which is why I have picked characters with high limit hit counts. Sid's Highwind for 18, Barrett's Unguard Max for 15, and then Omni Slash for another 18. My other option was I could have picked Yuffie and Doom of the Living for 15 instead of Barrett. After that, I will have to mime Omni Slash on Cloud, which is why I had him fire his limit last. And if he gets that mime off, this should be over. But first we have to sit through a rampage.
Yeah. Oh, okay, seriously, stop that. That's just not even fair.
I don't want to stop that.
Stop it, I say. Stop it, you puny mortals. How dare you attack me? Me, the embodiment of fuck you. Wait, no. Never mind, that's my brother. Never mind.
Okay, so we finished with the rampage. So now Ungar Max.
And yes, Barrett's shooting with a drill.
And then Highwind. No fucks given from Sid.
Which, to be fair, normally Highwind really doesn't cause that much damage individually. I'll be perfectly honest.
And finally, we have
The old
Omni Slash. Now, he's still going to be alive after this.
Amazing, yes.
He's going to get one hit in. At best, he Emerald shoots either Barret or Sid, but I'm pretty sure I can still pull this off even if he hits Cloud. It was exactly what we went for. Also, I have Sadness up on everybody.
I mean, let's face it, I mean, this thing's going to die in the next...
So we hope. Because he hit Sid with that last time. Yeah, he lived through that. When I did the test, he kind of shot not Cloud. I had a feeling there was about a 33% chance it could have gone wrong. It has gone wrong. Because the ultimate idea is he attacks Sid or Barret, and Cloud just rips him apart.
So let's do a soft reset and try that again.
Yeah. I mean, you see where the Grand Emerald plan is. You see how it's supposed to work.
Oh, yeah, we can see that much clearly.
It's just, you know, again,
just like, no, you!
There's a 33% chance it can go wrong.
The voice screwed you over. The voice screwed you over. I turned him into a terrorist, and he terrorized you.
Did you really just go there?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I have problems. I have serious problems.
You do have serious problems.
You're just sitting there like, oh wow, did you actually go there, man?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I mean, the hardest part is really just finding him, because, yeah, I kill him in just a few attacks as long as he doesn't hit Cloud. If he hits Cloud, well, I have a slight problem
in general.
Wait, I think I have an out if he hits Cloud again, now that I think about it. Now he's in the Gallica, by the way.
So now to do all of that all over again.
That's okay, we didn't have anybody watching the first time.
I don't think we have anyone watching yet.
Doesn't look like it. So, cue the Rampage. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, if he hits Cloud, I can still KOTR him.
Which, that should.
That should do it no matter what.
Emphasis on should, not that we're 100% guaranteed of anything, but...
But first, Rampage. And there's not really much to say during the actual Rampage, because it's just Cloud, Barret, and Sid collectively doing 64 hits to the guy.
Which, to be perfectly honest, I mean, this kind of goes into just exactly how tanky the son of a bitch actually is.
Dude has like 1,000,000 HP.
Which, just right there, you're doing just short of 500,000.
Yeah, which is why, you know, I have the other attacks going off after that. Because you figure 18 times 3 plus 15 after that.
So 18 times 777, or yeah, 7 complete, whatever. Plus, how many hits does Barret do?
15.
15 times 7777. Plus, and how much did Sid get?
He also gets 18.
Okay, so with their limits combined with that first 64 hit onslaught, not including anything else you might do, you do just shy of 900,000 points of damage.
And then mimed Omni Slash, so another 18 there.
If he doesn't hit Cloud first.
Which, if he does, then I'll take the alternative and try KOPR.
So, plus...
But yeah, if he shoots Barrett or Sid, it's over. Plain and simple.
Yeah, if Cloud gets to pull that off, you hit him.
He shot Barrett, it's over.
I'm about to say, it's like you're...
So, this super boss...
1,034,341 points of damage total.
So, this super boss...
just got brought to its knees by 7. Yes, that was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference for those unfamiliar.
And that is how you destroy murder by death.
Without having to fucking deal with the fucking bullshit fucking ghost ship.
Yeah. So, you might have noticed I was wearing the Apocalypse and the Scimitar before I started that fight.
Mine was born. Double Cut was born.
A ton of HP plus is going to be born. Because that was the only way I could get their HPs to that level. And I'm pretty sure I also master off Bahamut. That is base level Bahamut. I also got this. The Earth Harp.
Now,
this is the real treasure.
Beneficial to Cloud because
it's beneficial to anybody.
But we're going to give it to Cloud.
Admittedly.
Like we had any reason not to, right?
Pretty much.
Why don't we just surface? We know where we're going.
Because honestly, it's a little bit faster to go underwater than it is above water. And since Junon's got an obvious landmark next to it.
Not that you can enter it through this point. Which is weird considering that's kind of where you came out.
Yeah, the underwater reactor itself was one time.
I'm pretty sure they'd prevent you from going in there anyway.
They do. So, there is a catch to, as Alec has put, 7 complete. If, at the end of a battle, someone is in 7 complete, well, yeah.
So, Barrett actually came out of that a lot better.
Yeah, but that's a really freaking easy thing to patch up. I mean...
1/10 later?
1/10 later, yes. I'll deal with sadness later, because as you can tell, I was going with that.
By the way, look how much fucking HP Cloud has.
Yeah, that's because, you know, let's look at the materia, right? KOTR got 1 level, which is fantastic. Double Cut is mastered, which gives it quad cut, as well as I have a second double cut now. Mime is mastered, which is a second mime. All of these freaking HP pluses are mastered. Notice I had to rip off like 5 of them before Cloud actually lost HP from it. Quadra Magic is level 4, which is fantastic. W item unfortunately did not level up at all, but considering it only has the 1 level.
And considering how close it is to leveling up.
Not really.
Yeah.
And then Sid, he was able to master base level Bahamut and my preemptive materia and all of the freaking HP pluses. So, suffice to say, I have 1,000,000 HP pluses now.
Hang on, before we start equipping everyone, let's make a quick run to a certain town and do a certain thing to get a certain prize.
Well, before
doing all of that bullshit.
I know, but I'm gonna at least switch everybody back to actual stuff, because I'm sure you noticed Cloud's wearing my Eden coat. That is a little bit outdated at this point.
Yes, guard because...
So, yeah. Suffice to say, I at least needed to put my actual gear back on.
Okay, but let's face it, we're not really too worried about the materia itself, because we're about to go do something cool momentarily.
Well, not just that, but, we're going for Into Oblivion this time, after one more cutscene, so I'm gonna throw red in. You probably know what cutscene I'm about to hit already. But,
it's something that we kinda need to do.
Yeah, but after Red's bit. Who's going into the first part of Oblivion with me?
Who did we say originally?
We never said anyone originally because we got sidetracked by the arena and that horrific mess.
I thought we were gonna.
No, we never said
we
anything.
were going to do. We were going to do someone's that way we could finish off their limits. I can't remember who though. Or was that something that we were discussing while we were doing Battle Arena?
That was something we were discussing. We never actually picked anybody. And before you ask, I'm getting a chocobo because I'm going to go ahead and do Red Seam first. But that I still have to park outside of Cosmo Canyon. So,
and since we're not equipping any material right now, we'd just rather not deal with the frustration.
Basically, so I'm just going to do the logical thing, grab my chocobo, and
for anyone hearing the Skyrim music on my mic, I'm not sure if you can.
You know what? We're going to just go ahead and take a chocobo joyride.
Not like anything can stop this stupid thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, I'm taking a chocobo joyride. Who's going into Oblivion?
I almost want to say take another brief sabbatical and just get everyone into their final limit states. Like just get them to learn the final limit manual, and then we will use.
I don't want to bother with limit grinding though.
I know. Considering how easy.
I'm not going to take anybody who doesn't have their level 4 into the final boss. I know who I'm taking to the final boss.
I knew that. First level.
I mean, I have a specific order after the first half of it. It's going to be, I can tell you right now, for the second half, it's going to be Cloud Reeve and Vincent. Also, something's wrong with Bugenhagen.
Nanaki is Nanaki. I'm sorry, that's still funny.
Yeah. Go ahead and hold that the who's going with me thought for a minute, because we're actually, you know, in Cosmo Canyon because Chocobo Joyride. So something's actually happening.
I swear, every time I put this skin on, I really need to stop using it, because every time I do it, same with the Minecraft skin, Mass Effect skin, it makes me just want to play the actual game. And for those who haven't figured it out, I'm playing Minecraft with the Skyrim skin.
Anyway, so basically, Bugenhagen is Yoda.
It's like, you can't die. There's still so much to learn. More training do you require? I already know that you need. The only difference, of course, is that Nanaki's father was not an omnicidal maniac.
No comment.
Okay, it's not really fair to.
The funny thing is, Nanaki is actually a stealth reference to Star Wars in and of itself. I think I showed you that.
You did, and I acknowledge it. To be fair, I mean, Biggs and Wedge was already a pretty obvious.
Biggs and Wedge is the obvious one, yes, but Nanaki isn't so obvious. So yeah. Cloud and number 2, Barrett, are sitting at the candle. So, Red's grandfather has died. His parting gift, Red's ultimate weapon.
I think that was the last one.
I believe you're right about that, actually.
Which isn't to say that we're going to have everyone with the ultimate that just yet. I mean, we'll do it before.
Cloud can probably get away with it at this point, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, considering what we're about to do with him.
Yeah. So yeah, the Limited Moons gimmick is just like the Venus Gospel. It runs off his MP.
Which is completely different from HP Shout and Ultimate Weapon.
But it's exactly like the Venus Gospel. Anyway, let's go ahead and just continue to the west on this little journey. I mean, I'll wrap around eventually. So, who's going into Oblivion with me?
Who did you have in mind, just out of curiosity?
Nobody in particular for the first part.
I think I was giving you a half serious, half not serious party. I can't remember who I was going to give you.
Yeah, I never had anybody in particular lined up for the first part. And I'm forcing...
I was going to have you with, I can't even remember off the top of my head. I think I was going to do, like, Yuffie and Vincent or some bullshit like that. I don't know. Just that way they had a chance to kill some things and rack up on their limits. Of course, let's face it. If we saw a certain thing... Right?
What's certain thing?
Tonberry.
Oh.
Let's face it, there's only one person getting that kill, and that's fucking King Arthur.
Yeah.
We do not go around with these damn things.
I have to remember which house it was here.
Which, as I was mentioning once before with the, whatchamacallit, the video game RPG on Warcraft.
So,
I really wish I could get you to play it, but whatever.
So, what's my final answer for who's going in Oblivion? Because once I have this, I need to set materia.
Which Cloud's going to be very simple to do that.
Yeah, I just, again, need to figure
out where the hell he was.
Yeah.
Which house he was? He was towards the front. I know he was upstairs, but he was towards the front. I think if he wasn't in the middle house, it was the... No, he wasn't in any of those, I don't think. Was he?
Found him.
Yep, thought so.
Okay, so I talked to this guy, and this is a bit of a massive side quest. He wants to go on a journey. The guidebook I can get in the tunnel outside of the underwater reactor by morphing the fucking ghost ship.
Map that was sunk along with the ship, the guidebook.
The Desert Rose. I'll show you what drops that after this. Obviously, I'm going to save before that.
Considering we got one of these items...
And a harp that soothes those who hear it. The Earth Harp.
So, considering that we just got the Earth Harp from Murder by Death, I wonder what could possibly be holding the Desert Rose.
Couldn't be Death by Murder.
Death by Murder is brother. Murder by Death and Death by Murder, is that what we're doing here?
Yes! So, I talked to him again, and now for the Earth Harp, he is giving me not one, not two,
but 3 fully 100% God-tier master fucking materia. Basically, he is saving us the effort of actually going out and mastering all the individual pieces of summons, commands, and magic. So that way Cloud will only ever need 3 pieces of materia equipped to him.
Well, plus any, you know, like HP
that don't fall
stuff.
into those actual slots.
But, let's go ahead and arrange. And here's Master Magic. Equips all magic.
Boom.
Master Command. This is not quite 100% accurate, its description.
Obviously, it doesn't include...
I'll show you what it does actually give momentarily.
They'll still give most of it.
Yeah, also that has a ton of HP plus.
You were very clearly busy off-screen.
It's more like I went to Medela and just bought a whole bunch and loaded up the trio so that they could get above 7 complete. So that I could actually use 7 complete.
Oh, and the act of actually murdering Murder by Death mastered them all?
Yeah. Every single one of the ones I had equipped.
So his HP just suddenly just goes... Right?
Yeah. We'll go ahead and show off real quick. Cloud, those are all the commands he now has.
In short, we're glad that we said it that way. Once it's your turn, you don't get interrupted with bullshit, because let's face it, that's going to be a couple of things that he's going to have to scroll through.
And this isn't even factoring the fact that, you know, I'm going to throw enemy skill onto him as well.
Which is going to give one more slot right there under mine.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that list.
As for his magic menu, it wasn't kidding.
Like,
this is literally every single spell in the game. Ditto for the summons, and where normal summon materia have this thing where you can only summon it for once for every level you have on the materia.
All restrictions are removed.
Infinity.
As long as you have the MP to do it, these summons no longer give a shit.
Now this is just cruel right here. Quadra Magic Master Summon.
In short, Knights of the Round.
Well, it won't KOTR, as you know.
I know. I was just messing around.
I need an E skill. It's still E skill is still the most amazing thing.
But you're not gonna do like steal as well or something on the command all.
No point. I have steel on it.
You have mug for fuck's sake.
And then my master double cut, so he has quad cut.
Which apparently does not get tied to Master Command.
Yeah. And I guess we'll give him extra HP. Why? Why not?
They say why? Because you, that's why.
Yeah, so that's Cloud. He's ready to go into Oblivion, plain and simple. He is entirely ready to go into Oblivion. So, but that brings us back around to what I've been trying to ask you this whole time, Alec. Who's joining him for the first part? Keep in mind, I'm not too worried about my life or anything, because I have how many mastered HP pluses?
Party Pimp Master Deluxe.
So...
Yuffie and Tifa.
I was getting ready to say, I'm sure that involves Tifa, but the party I would think of for Pimp Master Deluxe as a term can't be done.
Well, considering that we only had one person left that could possibly apply to, gee, I wonder who I was referring to.
No, I mean, when I think of Pimp Master Deluxe, I think of Don Corneo. So I would have thought Tifa and Aerith. There's just one small problem with the idea of Tifa and Aerith at this point.
Yeah, we don't have a Game Shark because PS3 does not do that shit.
Sadly. So now I want to...
To be fair, doing that, I'm pretty sure actually eliminates a character, and she's only really usable in combat, which...
She's still her own slot.
Oh.
It's the codes that turn Vincent into friggin' Sephiroth that do that.
Or Cloud into Zack.
Anyway, so now I gotta reset all my materia.
But let's face it, even if you did do that, she still doesn't have any dialogue.
Yeah.
Let's give her the Minerva badge, because that totally helped her out against
Wow. I almost want to give her the ribbon and the premium heart now just to laugh at that.
Just to show her exactly what happens when someone who's not a complete and utter idiot, when it comes to equipping their character, what she would look like then. Let's face it, she's not nearly as pathetic. I mean, to be fair, they gave her a lot of credit, but as you pointed out, and here I go about to spoil. Stop it! Stop at me. If you want to figure out the result of that battle, go watch it yourself. Then we'll talk. I have a bad habit of spoiling.
He kind of really does.
Fortunately, I've managed to catch myself.
On the upside, you know, I have Master Command and I have 2 mimes, so guess what? Hee hee hee.
Hey, what do you call this? Death by murder? Because let's face it, that really is what he is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one is murder by death, the other is death by murder. Because he just... I mean, the only thing in this game that gives fewer fucks than Sid does would probably be the big guy. The problem is, the 7 completed strategy does not actually work on him.
There's a way to make it work. It's just kind of tricky to pull off.
Which almost makes it not even worth it. Considering that he will immediately turn around and screw up the strategy for everything else.
That's something I probably should have considered taking to murder by death. Oh well.
Oh well, we'll put it back on now. Everyone needs a preemptive, just to make sure. So that way, pretty much every battle from this point forward will be, we're all carrying preemptive, so I guarantee you we're going to get to go first, regardless of what it is we're fighting. And it's you know, Tom Burry's just kind of sitting there, it's just like, it's a fine day, nothing's going on, no one to stab, and why do I hear footsteps? Okay, no one's there, and why is the world suddenly looking like I just took a load of acid, and is that a big guy with a sword? That's basically what happens when you preemptive a Tom Berry. I don't even know if preemptive even works on a Tom Berry, just because Tom Berry doesn't give a fuck. You know? I guarantee you, though, Yuffie could very much use a HP plus. Because look, I'm sorry, that's just... I know she's a ninja and shit, but I mean, Jesus Christ, that HP. It's non-existent.
Done.
Much better. No, not just much better, that is... Jesus Christ. That was a hell of a jump, wasn't it?
Oh, we'll go ahead.
Putting magic back on there actually drops it back down, but she's still...
You were saying?
I'll just shut up and sit over here in the corner. Now, notice, interestingly, that if you go back to Cloud and his materia stuff, that his master stuff...
Oh, right, I still have more slots on Cloud, Jesus Christ.
Now, I just wanted to point out that if you look at each of the things for the mastered materia, they actually do not fuck with his stats.
That is... Yeah, that's the amazing thing there.
So, not only are you sitting there and saving slots on materia for random, like, preemptive, HP plus, enemy away, and other bullshit like that.
I'm literally just gonna... I need to set the nuke on somebody.
Yuffie.
Yeah, Yuffie, because Cloud has the slot for W item. And since I have, you know, slots to burn right now.
And Cloud is... Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, just... Jesus Christ. What does MP Turbo do?
Actually...
Now, we definitely don't want to take away the all on the...
No, I think I actually need to go buy a couple more things for Cloud, because I think I'm just going to throw MP pluses in those last couple spots.
Just that way he has 999 magic.
Or at least close to it, because, yeah, with those 3 materia that he's currently holding, dude don't need anything else unless I want to do crazy things like the Sense Mug. If I want to do crazy things like the Sense Mug, then yeah, I need that sort of thing.
And let's face it, Cloud is basically your nuclear option.
Which is hilarious when you consider that he's a forced nuclear option.
Though, considering the fact that you can literally use any spell you see that's one thing that I kind of call bullshit. I said, if you really want to limit the guy, but we want to have him like all the stuff that we can get in the game. No, I mean, for fuck's sake, if we're going to limit how many materia he can take into combat, give him Master Command and give him Master Magic. He doesn't need the the fuck all the summon one, because I mean they ban summons anyway because no one else had help in a death battle. But that's still 2 out of the 3, right?
I don't even know what's the Link Cloud fight, man. I mean, I got into a discussion about it with Sage the other night, and yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and save because we've butchered murder by death. But we might try to deal with death by murder at some other time.
I think death by murder will be the bonus thing once we beat the game.
Most likely, because death by murder is a lot harder than murder by death.
And by that we mean he's a cheating douchebag who needs to go die.
Basically.
He really does cheat. For those of you unfamiliar with death by murder...
Actually, I did say I was going to show off how a typical encounter with death by murder goes, even with, you know...
So, since he's going to show it, I'm just going to hold off on saying it. We're just going to show you.
Whee!
Hang on, say
I already did. I saved before I jumped into the airship.
And this is why we call him a cheating douchebag. Cheating douche McDoucherson. And yes, he hangs out in the desert surrounding Gold
Gold Saucer as soon as Ultimate Weapon dies. So, the first thing of note is A, he hits like a freight train. And he's also completely immune to damage until he puts his claws in the ground. Which he sucks at to your people. And this battle is already lost.
Yes, Cloud. The only hope you had is gone.
Pretty much. So this is basically just going to be me dying now. That's fine. Because this is death by murder. And just as an added kick, he sucked out Tifa. And that is to start this fight with 2 people already dead.
And then he decides, okay, I'm done cheating.
Now there is one massive weakness this dude has. These actually work on him. I'm not going to do it now because I kind of want him to just kill me. But he can be paralyzed. Huh?
I was about to say, is it your turn or did you turn that off?
What do you mean, is it my turn? I told you I'm letting him kill me right now. I was gonna try when Cloud...
You should have, since you had the option, I would have at least chucked the KOTOR at him. And then that basically prove the fact that he counters with fucking Ultima.
Well, there is that, but I figure, you know, I have 3 mimes now. I can probably get away with going in with 2 people dead, let him do his thing, Dazer, Phoenix, W7 KOTR, my.
You are not pulling anything off.
But like I said, I think the easiest way to deal with him now would probably be, since I have the Master Materia now, to go in with 2 people dead, let him do his thing, then daze him, revive the other 2 with Phoenix or Life 2, and then KOTR W summon until dead.
Which, if you hit it with the W summon, then mimes are also going to W summon this son of a bitch.
Which makes the fight take a little while because KOTR.
But it's almost guaranteed that he's going to die by the end of it.
It's, yeah, basically the easiest way to butcher.
I wish I knew how much damage a typical summoning... I know that 1 round of KOTR typically rends the ever-loving crap out of Genova Synthesis. Hang on.
Oh, I'm KOTR and Genova Synthesis, not because that fight's hard, but because if you KOTR her, Sephi is actually stronger for it. And I want to fight strong Sephi.
Hang on a second. Since you're flying around and just doing some
What
stuff.
are you talking about? I'm on my way into
Oh,
Oblivion.
oh well, I'd already pulled up the Final Fantasy wiki page for Knights of the Round Summon. I'm just trying to get an idea of what kind of damage.
Actually, now that I think about it, I need to slap that last E skill onto somebody.
Now, the best part about Knights of the Round is, regardless of what you're going up against, Knights of the Round does not give two squirts of piss about the defensive stat of your opponent. Which basically means that for 250 MP, you're going to do full damage to whatever it is you're fighting, because fuck them.
Basically.
It takes one use of Knights of the Round to destroy most enemies. The only exceptions are the weapons, Emerald and Ruby, save for Sephiroth, and Chocobos, for obvious reasons.
Because you KOTR Chocobo and they'll just get pissed at you and then run away. Because you are still technically killing the Chocobo. So, Northern Cave. First thing of note, and probably the most important thing of note here.
Hang on, I just wanna make a quick comment. Pairing Knights of the Round with Steel as well will allow for 13 attempts at stealing from the enemy.
Jesus Christ, it goes off for every hit.
Yes!
Wow.
This is coming from the wiki itself, too.
Wow. You said that was KOTR and Steel as well?
Yes!
Okay, where's KOTR? I'm gonna try it! I'm going to freaking try it! Oh, I need to switch her back to Crystal Bangle because I need the extra slots. Because I do kind of want the preemptive. Yeah, I'll try it, sure. But anyway, if I go this way...
Use of the nuclear option is just to test out...
You're a little quiet, by the way.
So basically, we're going to test out the nuclear option Steel as well combination because not like we had anything better planned.
Right, so, right here, I can grab this wall, and that's how I can go back up. But I don't want to go back up.
Not yet, anyway.
So,
And yes, those are the cats you... That's the cat you tamed for,
Skyloft.
Skyloft, yeah.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, because of the way that we've set up this particular base, getting that cat there was full of bullshit.
I know. Gargoyles. I believe I can just do this to him and they'll die. No, that's not in this one. But I do need more soft, so...
That actually reminds me of that... The skeleton train boss in Final Fantasy VIII. Just chuck a phoenix down at it and it's just like... I can't remember if Phoenix Down worked on it or if he just kept curing it over and over. One of the two.
Oh, level 4 death. That's fantastic. On the upside, it totally whiffed.
The thing is, when you use it, you die too. There's one of those things where
No, you don't. It's just like suicide or any of those other level spells.
I'm just saying, I mean, he...
That was just his final attack script going off.
Oh, so he counters with that?
That was... yeah, he died.
Okay.
Now this is something a little bit important. Sir, I want to manipulate you.
Apparently he doesn't want to be manipulated.
Clearly.
I don't think he likes Yuffie very much.
Also, speaking of Yuffie, because we're probably going to be here for a couple minutes.
Oh.
Because the first thing I want to do is... I have this on 2 of the E-skills, but this is a pretty cool E-skill, so I do kind of want to get it on everybody. I'm not sure which E-skills have it, but I want it. As Tifa counter bonks it. Thanks, Tifa.
Yeah, well, because you're forgetting that.
Well, I wasn't expecting her to actually counter that, but whatever.
The thing is
You notice I got to manipulate back immediately. So it's gonna be
might
useful.
use a heal.
I already have.
Learn enemy skill laser.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let Death Force do its thing. And now that that's done, because did you know White Wind heals Death Force? But more importantly, this is a unique skill to this enemy, Dragon Force. I forget exactly what this does offhand. I can take a look real quick while I'm waiting for him to cast.
Oh,
yeah,
I also have the
defense is up. So, suffice to say, I just need to
combine that with Mighty Guard, and you're gonna be hard to kill.
So, more importantly, I now have that on everybody, so I'm just gonna cut the thing.
And butchered. Next battle will, of course, hopefully be the test of night. It's like the Thieves of the Round.
Sorry, just had to get Death Force while I had the chance.
So we're basically going to call it Torm from now on instead of Corm.
Oh my
Torm.
god.
Thieves of the Round.
Oh,
especially if it just so happens to be a Tonberry. Or there's a pure.
No, it's another gargoyle. I'm actually gonna bail from this one because
it's just gonna sit there for 5 hours anyway.
And then yeah. So,
and then you'll just brutally murder it.
Yeah.
Thieves of the Round. That's just going to be a thing from now on.
Assuming it works, of course.
Yeah.
Which, if the game would let me fight something other than friggin' gargoyle, I would really like that. Because gargoyles, meh, that they're honestly not that meh. Moving on. So, second screen. As you can see, there's stuff here. Any of these blue-looking rocks, as the game said, I can climb up at. Leave this way is just down a treasure, which is fine.
And Knights of the Round is the only summon material that will not work with Quadra Magic.
We knew that.
Regardless of whether it is linked to the specific Knights of the Round material or the Master Summon material, there is a cumbersome way around this. If the player equips Magic Counter with Master Summon and Quadra Magic with another Master Summon, there is a small chance to counteract with 4 Knights of the Round attacks.
That sounds excessive.
Apparently, Knights of the Round appears as the final boss of Final Fantasy XIV.
Huh.
Specifically, Heaven.
Okay, so do these guys have anything worth talking about? Well, let's check that first before I test this. Yeah, actually they do. Magic Breath is actually new for me.
At its maximum, Knights of the Round can do up to 129,987.
Alright, let's see if this works.
And you just learned Magic Breath.
Yeah, I told you that. I could have gotten that back in the Gaia Cliffs, the same thing that could have given me Trine, but
now, supposedly the last 3 nights, or obviously Arthur's the last one, and then the 2 before him should be Gawain and Lancelot. Lancelot's the one with the sword, Gawain's the one with the axe. That would make this one going. This one, Lancelot.
And then, obviously...
Arthur himself.
And I was going to say, the final one being Arthur is basically the most obvious thing. Somehow I have a feeling that was like 5 steel messages going off all at once.
Yeah, because eventually it says, couldn't steal anything, couldn't steal, because it stole Remedy.
Woohoo!
So, Thieves of the Round confirmed.
That is amazing.
It's hilarious, it is amazing, and you will remember this for future. And of course, you finally get on the ledge and combat. So, with the multi-summon of Knights of the Round, you get 2 summons of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm just assuming for, you know, argument's sake that doing so, we're going with full damage for... So, 1, 2, 9, 9, 8, 7, 2, 9, 8, 7, 2, 9, 8, 7.
I don't really want to waste Omni Slash on these guys. That's the problem I'm having right this second. Luckily the girls killed it.
So, assuming that max power times 2, and then everyone else mimes it at least once. So that's
6 castings in a single KOTRW summon mime attack.
So basically, the base damage times 2 for a single casting times 3 people doing it thanks to mime equals... At the end of that, you will have done 779,922 damage, if we're assuming max power.
Sounds legit.
And assuming that someone was able to mime in a second time, which one of those mimes is mastered...
I have mime on everybody. Remember, Master Command and a Mastered Mime. Hi, Dragon! I have a present for you. I have a present. You will like it. He's dead already. Omni Slash is just ridiculous like this.
Okay, so, hold on. 2, 9, 9, 8, 7 times 2. And then the primary casting. Secondary, it's a miming, and then of course everyone has mime, so mime again, so times 4. Assuming that you got it off, and assuming you weren't obliterated in the duration, and assuming everyone got a mime, including the person who originally cast it in the first place, and assuming everything was hit for full power, want to know how much damage you'd end up doing?
How much?
1,039,896 damage.
Okay, so...
Pretty sure that
we're at the second part of the crater, finally.
So I'm pretty sure that would wreck Ruby's face. Barely, but it would.
Right. Anyway, so... now for this part.
And you've already figured out the party for this part, so I leave it all in your hands.
Yeah. Cloud goes left. Barrett goes left. Actually, everybody's going left here except for Tifa.
Why is she going elsewhere?
You'll see. So, because I sent one of my main party in a different direction, I have to reset my party. It's going to be Kate and Vincent by the time I'm done, so I'm just going to grab them now.
Don't any of you die on me. Tifa, I'm sure you can handle this by yourself.
Considering...
as long as she doesn't find Yang.
Ah, we've...
I'll be perfectly honest. As much as I can't argue with it, I'm still bitter.
It's kind of like Wolverine and Raiden.
I can't argue with it. I am a little bit bitter of it. It probably will be for the rest of the time, but I'm not going to argue it.
I knew it was over as soon as she started doing her combo before Yang had gone Super Saiyan. You're quiet, by the way.
I still want to call bullshit on it, but
I just got into a fight and I didn't put their material on. Oops. That's fine.
Cloud will carry the party.
No, we're out of here, actually.
Just drop death on it. Cloud has death. No, you have Knights of the Round. Or you could just...
I never showed that spell off anyway, because I took forever to get that materia.
Did he just shatter the battle screen?
Yes! I will admit, Escape is an actually pretty awesome spell as far as appearance goes.
You literally break the battle screen.
Pretty
Why?
much.
Because apparently Q. It's like, okay. Strife hasn't shown up. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's been pretty quiet tonight. Alright, the Starlight Phone. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. It actually ripped off everybody's material, so I gotta do this by hand. Crap. That is really unfortunate.
Apparently, Knights of the Round is actually one of the summons Kaze uses in Final Fantasy Unlimited. Huh. This is the same guy whose one of his summons is actually a giant conberry that rains meteors down in the field. Anyone not familiar with Kaze and Final Fantasy Unlimited, it's basically an anime series based that's, you know, it's Final Fantasy. I don't know. But unlike that Final Fantasy movie...
We don't talk about that movie.
To be fair, it wasn't that bad. But it had like nothing to do with Final Fantasy at all. To be fair, it's not like any of the Final Fantasy games have anything to do with the other ones, with the exception of this one and 10. But that's another matter entirely. The tie-in doesn't actually become apparent until 10-2 when we meet Shinra. And it goes more than just the name. It's basically Shinra's master plan after the events of 10-2 are actually completed that we come to realize that, yes, not only is the name similar, this is actually the guy who made Shinra Corps.
Not quite accurate.
I'm sure there's a longer and more involved thing going on there. You know what? Again, since I'm on the wiki and I'm not doing anything else right now anyway.
Like I said, I'm currently being forced to... What the heck was that?
My dog being put on the bed by my brother. She yelps occasionally.
Occasionally?
The character Shinra from...
Alright, that should be sufficient for... There. Use a Mega Elixir to heal up because I basically have infinite of them. And now we're going down to the second junction. Another fork in the road. Let's see. Cloud goes down. Barrett goes up. Tifa's already dealt with. Nanaki goes up. Yuffie goes up. Reeve goes down. Vincent goes down. And Sid goes up. So this leaves me with Reeve and Vincent. So we go down. And we pick up everything along the way, of course. I mean, so, Elixir, Remedy. And combat. Because, combat. Vincent, get your limit out of the way. You know you have it.
Well, whether or not he actually created the Shinra Corporation, his name is definitely a allusion.
Yeah, that much is a definite.
To Final Fantasy VII.
That much is a definite.
In fact, this is spoilers, but we'll get to it later. He does basically collects energy readings and speculates that harnessing the energy of the far plane, you know, basically where people go when they die. What does that sound like?
Certainly not the live stream.
Certainly not. Not in any way, shape, or form. It speculates that it could be harnessed for Sphere's benefit, although it would take generations. And if the tie-in is supposed to be correct, Final Fantasy VII takes place many, many years after the events of Final Fantasy X and X-2.
As well as on a totally different planet. Well, Cloud did not take getting bonked lightly right there.
Cloud does not like getting bonked.
He gets bonked, he gets mad, and he goes, I got you!
Now, while they would be two different planets, I mean, let's face it, Genova got there via planet hopping with Meteor and all that. Sin is, of course, a giant time-traveling bullshit demon thing. And, well,